Hello, this is UNIONE Global Discovery Series. In the previous video, we discussed how clear distribution structures protect long-term brand value. Today, we will examine how to identify serious buyers. A serious buyer does more than request a price list. They explain who they are, how they plan to import, and where they intend to sell the product. Not every inquiry represents a real buying opportunity. Exporters often receive messages asking only for the lowest price, catalog, or free samples. But the buyer may provide no company name, distribution channel, target market, or expected quantity. Interest is easy to express. A genuine buying signal appears when the buyer begins to provide information required for execution. A serious buyer understands that importing requires a responsible structure. They know which company will act as the legal importer. They confirm whether product registration, import approval, or local licensing is required. They also identify the person responsible for documents, customs clearance, and communication. Without these structures, even strong product interest may not become an executable order. Document readiness is one of the clearest signs of buyer quality. Prepared buyer asks whether the required CFS, COA, LOA, ingredient information, and label files are available. They also understand that commercial invoices, packing lists, and certificates of origin support customs and shipment procedures. Structured document questions show that the buyer is preparing for real importation. Serious buyers consider logistics before confirming an order. They ask about incoterms, minimum order quantities, carton dimensions, weight, lead time, and destination. These factors influence freight cost, warehouse planning, customs clearance, and launch timing. A buyer who ignores logistics may misunderstand the real cost of the transaction, even when a serious buyer does not select products only because they are inexpensive. They evaluate who the target customer is, which sales channel will be used, and what retail price the market can accept. A product suitable for a premium clinic may not fit a discount marketplace. Production selection must match the customer, channel, and the commercial position. The quality of a buyer's questions often reveals the quality of their preparation. A serious buyer asks what documents are available, how sample and commercial order times differ, and what registration or label adaptation may be required. They connect individual questions into a complete transaction plan. Structured questions usually indicate that the buyer is preparing to make decisions. Serious buyers understand that the first order is a starting point, not the final objective. They may begin with a pilot order to test import procedures customers' response, and product suitability. But they also consider repeat orders, promotion, inventory planning, and market feedback. Their purpose is to create a process that can continue after the first shipment. Continuity allows both the buyer and the supplier to work more effectively. Basic sales forecasts help suppliers prepare inventory and production. Repeatable document and logistics procedures reduce confusion. Stable communication also makes problems easier to solve. A transaction becomes stronger when both sides can use the first order to improve the next one. Some inquiries sound promising but contain clear warning signs. The buyer may ask only for the lowest price, request free samples before providing company information, or avoid explaining the sales channel and purchasing timeline. These signs do not automatically prove bad intention. However, they show that the buyer may not yet be ready for a structured commercial transaction. Buyer qualification is not a method of rejecting potential partners. It is a method of determining whether a transaction can automatically move forward. The reviews should include the buyer's company, target market, product interest, quantity, document needs, payment ability, and sales channel. Clear information allows both sides to invest their time and resources more efficiently. At UNIONE Global, we review buyer readiness before recommending products and commercial conditions. We confirm the buyer's company profile, import capability, target market, sales channel, preferred products, and expected quantity. We then match suitable Korean products and suppliers and design a practical route from sample evaluation to a commercial order. Qualified buyers can receive more than a simple product list from UNIONE Global. We can prepare a focused product short list based on market position, channel, budget, and quantity. We can also coordinate with suppliers, review available export documents, and organize sample, quotation, logistics, and commercial order requirements into one executable plan. Better trade begins when the right partners understand their responsibilities. The buyer brings market knowledge, import capability, and a realistic sales plan. The supplier provides legitimate products, stable supply, and required documents. UNIONE Global coordinates communication, product selection, documentation, and export execution. When these roles are aligned, cooperation becomes faster, clearer, and more stable. Serious buyers are identified through preparation, not promises. They provide clear company information, understand import requirements, consider logistics and market positioning, and ask structured questions. At UNIONE Global, we welcome buyers who are prepared to share their market plan, product requirements, expected quantity, and import conditions. For qualified partners, we can help connect suitable Korean products, reliable suppliers, export documents, and a practical order process. Thank you for watching. Next video, G023, Trial Order, Risk versus Opportunity. Thanks again.